the visit to America's only museum of humanism, atheism, and free thought. The Robert Green Ingersoll Birthplace Museum has been operated by the Council for Secular Humanism since 1993. It is located in Dresden, New York, on Lake Seneca, largest of the Finger Lakes. Here are some highlights from the life of 19th century agnostic orator Robert Green Ingersoll, the most remarkable American most people never heard of. Warrior, attorney, speechmaker, champion of family life, reformer. Some called him America's conscience, some called him its curse. Ingersoll was the nation's best recognized and most fearless public speaker.
No necessity of bread or roof or raiment shall ever put a padlock on my lips.
On the old flag, in every fold and in every star, will be liberty for all and equality before the law. The grand people are marching forward, and they will not pause until the earth is without a slave and without a throne.
Ingersoll was always in demand as a GOP campaign speechmaker. From Grant to McKinley, no Republican for whom Ingersoll did not campaign attained the White House. Yet none of the presidents he helped to elect rewarded him with a political appointment. Why?
Happiness is the only good, reason the only torch, justice the only worship, humanity the only religion, and love the only priest.
Ingersoll rejected Orthodox Christianity and its dogma of eternal punishment. He was called the Great Agnostic.
I am not trying to destroy another world. I'm trying to prevent the theologians from destroying this one.
Ingersoll debated believers on the platform and in print. His opponents included English Prime Minister William Gladstone and New Mexico Governor Lew Wallace, who answered Ingersoll's agnosticism by writing the epic religious novel Ben-Hur. Ingersoll spoke all over America to more than 1,000 audiences and to audiences of thousands. Reading his speeches today is a pale shadow of what it must have been to hear Ingersoll deliver them, an experience after which Mark Twain declared,
"Lord, what an organ is human speech when it is employed by a master."
Still, to read Ingersoll is to be astonished at how far and on how many issues he stood decades ahead of his time.
Science, the only possible savior of mankind, must put it in the power of woman to decide for herself whether she will or will not become a mother.
Through it all, Ingersoll enjoyed a stellar legal career and a tender family life whose warmth and propriety frustrated his critics. Among his admirers were abolitionist and orator Frederick Douglass, pioneer feminists Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Matilda Jocelyn Gage, Cornell University co-founder Andrew Dixon White, and inventor Thomas Edison, who recorded Ingersoll's voice on an early phonograph. Robert Green Ingersoll always succeeded in attracting the public. Over some 30 years of public life, he made numerous national tours, delivering more than 1,200 lectures on free thought, reform, politics, and the arts. A single appearance in Chicago drew 50,000 people. Ingersoll was seen and heard by more Americans than any human being prior to the advent of motion pictures and radio.
In nature, there are neither rewards nor punishments. There are consequences.
And he brought to popular religious dissent America's free thought movement the greatest popularity it ever knew. Robert Green Ingersoll died on July 21, 1899, in Dobbs Ferry, New York. He was mourned by thousands, including personal friends ranging from industrialist Andrew Carnegie to socialist and labor activist Eugene Debs. Peoria raised a statue to him. Freethinkers honored their hero with books and collectibles. Admirers put his name to a chain of islands in the Yukon, a hot springs at Yellowstone, an entire Texas town. Dowagiac, Michigan freethinkers built a lavish theater decorated with the quarter-ton Ingersoll bust now displayed in our museum. In 1921, a committee led by Luther Burbank, Thomas Edison, and Edgar Lee Masters converted Ingersoll's birthplace into a community center. 5,000 thronged Dresden for its opening. With the Great Depression, the house fell into disrepair. Religious hostility, too, took its toll. One of the best-known Americans of the Gilded Age was vanishing from history. When two Rochester freethinkers restored the birthplace again, on behalf of atheist activist Joseph Lewis, only a handful attended its reopening in 1954. By 1986, the birthplace lay near ruin again. It was acquired and restored by the Council for Secular Humanism, America's foremost organization for the non-religious. The birthplace has been open to the public each summer and fall since 1993. Though Ingersoll lived here just 4 months, the birthplace is the only of his many residences still standing and open to the public. Enjoy your visit to the Robert Green Ingersoll Birthplace Museum, your window on the life and times of an extraordinary human being who made his mark on 3 decades of American life and is unfairly forgotten today. Robert Green Ingersoll, the most remarkable American most people never heard of.